Oh no, all the disasters are happening in the city. How could this get any worse? Wait, what was that? Oh no. Hello YouTube, Camodo Gaming here, bringing you guys another episode of Tiny Town VR, and yes folks, we are back once again, and today we are ready for our next disaster. So, if you missed the past two episodes, we were actually over here working on this epic battle. We had like a little D-Day scene, we had some Spec Ops missions, we used a lot of the military stuff, so if you missed the last episode, I'm going to flash that in the top right corner. So today, we are going back to the city here. We're going to finish downtown, and we're going to add one more character to the city. So ever since we did this Granny episode, you guys really wanted to see Baldi, and I figured, you know what, Baldi and Granny together causing havoc is probably one of the worst things that could happen here in Disaster City. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to wrap up downtown here. We'll do this area out this way. Baldi will be here. And then, I need some help from you guys. What do we want to see out here? I've got farms, I've got racetracks, I've got like little neighborhood buildings, and just overall I have quite a few smaller buildings that we can use, but we're going to kind of move out of downtown here. So comment below with the suggestions for what our next disaster should be. But anyways, I'm going to work on the ground real quick, get that taken care of off camera, and then we'll start to work on Baldi and do some destruction right through this area. But yeah, if you guys are enjoying Tiny Town on the channel, be sure to hit that thumbs up button. I still can't do it with any of these, can I? Yeah, just hit the thumbs up button right down there, and let's do this. Alright, so the groundwork is done over here. You're going to notice there's still some splits here because we had the big giant sinkhole / earthquake going on right in this area. So I still kind of split up some of the tile pieces here. So I'm thinking Baldi's going to be right here. Now, if you don't know what Baldi is, it's Baldi's Basics. It's a horror game. You got like a kind of a weird looking character. I'll flash him on the screen right now. And that's what we're going to be recreating here. These two games kind of go together. Even though they're not related to each other, they both kind of got popular right around the same time. And yeah, they've just kind of become these weird horror game icons. And I got a ton of requests to create these. Alright, so we are in the primitive pieces here. Now this is where it's going to be a little bit tough. I've got greens, which that's probably about the color of the shirt. Right around the color of the shirt. His shirt might be a little bit lighter. And of course I got blue for pants. My problem is Baldi's skin. So, like Granny has a weird skin texture. Baldi, I'm going to have to change his skin up. Now, that... oh boy. We can either go full-blown Simpsons here, or we can go... Actually, we might not have an option there. I need the white for the eyes, and you'll have the black pupils, but the only thing that's going to be weird is... You know, I don't wonder if this should be like a mecha Baldi. Maybe it's a robot Baldi that's invading the city. That way, I can get away with using like a gray or something, and we'll, maybe we'll add weapons or something to him. We might get a little creative with Baldi here. Alright, so Baldi is going to be gray. He's going to be a robot. We're probably going to stick weapons on him, really. The reason I'm doing this, of course, is because the tone or the sphere colors that we have aren't correct. And if not, he's just going to look like a Simpsons character. You know, it actually kind of looks like Morty from Rick and Morty at the moment. We're working on that. We're going to make him a little bit meaner looking. I still need to do eyebrows. He's got like a one strand of hair that goes up and to the right. He's got a really angry face. And then, of course, once you connect like clothing to him, I need to go over the character a bit more. We'll do clothing. He'll be in like an action pose. Maybe he'll be sprinting forward. Kind of like the way we did Robo-Dob over here. How he's running through the city. That's kind of what we're going to go for, except for this is going to be probably our biggest character yet. He's going to be tall. We might even have to make his head bigger. That looks creepy from here. Oh boy. Maybe he's going to be attacking a school too. That is actually a pretty good idea. Alright, so he is still work in progress on his head. I'm still working to make him look a little bit more angry. Right now, he just looks like he's staring off into the distance. So, I guess for the time being, I'll go back and work on the mouth. It's just kind of a temporary setup until I might tilt his head forward a little bit to make it look like he's actually looking down. His pupils are a little off here. There we go. Alright, so I'm going to work on that. I need to go ahead and start making his clothing. That way I know kind of where he's going to be looking at. So we're going to do all of that. I do basically have the right color of clothing. Alright, so if that would be the start of his clothing, he indeed will need to have his head looking down now. So let's go boom, boom. We'll see if that's enough there. We might actually shorten the shirt here. Maybe we'll go 2 and then move to pants. Let's see if we can get a scaling here. This is the toughest part here, is to get the scaling right initially. Alright, so I'm currently working on his legs. We might change some more things up about his body. I still need to work on his mouth, but he's in a full dead sprint here. He's probably heading to a school. So that is kind of his, we'll call it his primitive right now. His primitive form, just to get an idea as to where he's going to be at. And working on his legs and stuff. Might have to have the other leg come forward some more. But his shirt, I think I've got that pretty well squared away. I'm going to move the side pieces back a little bit. But he looks like he has, in the pictures that I can see, he has a little bit of curve to the side of him. He's just not squared off. So we'll do that. We'll do 2 spheres probably for his, I don't know if I want to call it his arm joints. Or really what I want to call it. Just where his arms start. So it would be something like, no, probably not quite that big. Something like that. That way we'll have his arms coming off it. But for the time being, I need to still work on his legs, and I got to work on that mouth. That mouth is bothering me. I've got to make it look more menacing. Okay, so we're starting to work on Baldi's arms. I'm slowly still working on that head. I got the mouth a little bit better, but I still think I can give him a little bit more of an angry face. Now, I did also notice after studying some pictures for a bit, his eyes were also really close together. So, now when Baldi moves in the game, or actually the real Baldi's Basics game, not what I'm doing here, he doesn't have much body movement. He just kind of flickers every time he clicks his ruler. So this is the first time, like, we're actually going to have some action in Baldi. He's not simply going to be sitting still. So I think this is going to turn out actually pretty good once we get this. And once we get him crashing through some buildings here, I really do think I'm going to like the way this comes out. It's all just a matter of getting these primitive shapes to match up. That's kind of the key to trying to build stuff in this game, especially custom stuff. Okay, so I'm working on a ruler. So primitive shapes only allow for, if we wanted to be actually a decent size, it actually looks like he's holding a 2x4 or something, but I think for the most part that's going to work. Now, we need to get a weapon in his hand. So, now we have military. If Baldi had a weapon and he couldn't smack you with his ruler, what would he do to you? Would he shoot you with a missile? Or what? Alright, so I think we're going to make Baldi a custom weapon. Yes, this looks like a shotgun, but no, this actually isn't going to be it. It's not a shotgun. It's actually going to be a flamethrower. So, we're going to hook this into his arm here. I'm going to make like a tube that goes up into it. And it is going to be shooting flames out the end. I just got to decorate this and make it custom. There we go. So it looks like he's got a tank in his arm full of fuel. And it's hooked into the end here. So this thing's going to be shooting fire. That looks pretty cool. Actually, we need to move the tank to make it a bit bigger here. There we go. Alright, so there is a part of it. He's not quite done. I'm not satisfied with this. With the head yet. The head's a little wonky. I know the ruler's a bit big, but there is no flat pieces. Not unless I find something else. If I find something else to replace that ruler, I'm definitely going to do it. So, Baldi is definitely going to be running through some buildings. I need to start placing some of that. That also helps a bit with the action and makes him look a little bit more natural in the scene. Alright, so Baldi's starting to crash through some buildings. I noticed we hadn't used the actual normal hospital, so we're gonna go ahead and use that and make these buildings going down. You know, some of these are because of Baldi, and I'm sure some of these are because of the because of the earthquake there. So we got our emergency room. It's gonna be kind of going forward, so I need to do smoke around his legs and fire, and then of course we need to get it to where the flamethrower's shooting out fire. Now, the question is, do I want to do that with the spheres like I did the nuke, or do I want to use the fire that we have? Let's see which one's actually going to work. So if this was firing this way, but it needs to be shooting every other way. Man, this is going to be a little bit something like that. So what if I were to just make this fire stretch out and progressively make it somewhat bigger? That could be a thing. Yeah, this might actually work here. Oh, that's actually starting to look pretty good. I need to make the stream go up just a bit here. But I think this is actually going to work. So let's keep placing these in here. Kind of really makes the fire looks like it's going every which way. Which I pretty much dig that. Yeah, that's looking a lot better than the spheres. Alright, let's keep working here. I got an idea for the ruler, and I don't know if it's going to work or not. So, we do have the railroad, and it does have... it has some tracks in it. My question is, if I flip the tracks, like... Oh, actually, they don't have a texture under them. Would that be better? That actually kind of looks like the lines on a ruler. It is skinnier than the big... log. Maybe since he's a big robot and he's invading the city, maybe he didn't grab his ruler and he ripped up some tracks to use it as a ruler. That could be a thing. Alright, that does look a bit better. Alright, so I've got a little bit more work to do on him. Let me go ahead and start adding the smoke effects here as he's busting through the buildings, and then we'll get into detail and start adding our people and things like that. Alright, so I have a bit of chaos set up here. So you can see Baldi is charging up ahead of us. Actually, what is he charging at? I don't know if there's a school or something we can use. Some of these buildings over here kind of look like they would be a part of like a university or something. So maybe that's what he's heading towards. So, anyways, we've got chaos here. We've got the hospital. We're going to start up the street here. This looks so epic from down here. Hold on, let's make sure we're zoomed in all the way. So if we were standing here, and you have Baldi way up there, and just all this stuff is going on. You can see the buildings collapsing, the tornado in the background. You can see Granny coming around the corner. So we'll just zoom through here. So anyways, you got vehicles barely holding onto the road here. Some are falling off into the pit over here. Stuff's flying. People are running around. This person needs to be a little bit more forward. There we go. Actually, turn off snap in there. Boom. Boom. So yeah, we're going through here. Stuff's falling. The hospital's starting to collapse. People are just running for it. Actually, where's this dude running? Like, seriously, where are you gonna go? Actually, sorry, sir, you dropped your cell phone here. We'll have you dropping your cell phone. There we go. Yeah, where are you running? For the pit? I mean, I don't know which one's better. Mega Baldi or pit? So you'll go through here. You can see more buildings falling over. You've got more vehicles here, people running. This guy looks like he's probably still in school. He's pointing up, sees maybe his teacher up there. So we can go through here. Now, I did add one more building, and I know a lot of people have been asking about the building, the Freedom Tower. We're just going to stick it right here in the middle. There's not going to be anything bad happening to the Freedom Tower. I'm just going to leave it right over there. That's the biggest building that we have in Tiny Town, so that's going to be the center point of the city. I'm going to make this into a park here in a second. So that's the Freedom Tower. Now, if we go up here, you can see some of the nurses are kind of holding on to the building up here. And then up here, we do have where the medical helicopter is just escaping here. So that is pretty cool looking. Alright, I've got more details to do. I just wanted to give you guys a little progress update. I'm going to do the park here, and then we're going to kind of wrap up that area, and that should wrap up downtown. Alright, so we're going to bring back a very, very awesome character. I know she's been absent for the past couple episodes. Maybe she's been a little under the weather. But Oblivious Grandma is back, and she's better than ever. So, she's going to be here at the hospital, but she's trying to get her favorite thing right now. Grandma's going to be shopping from the vending machine. Now, the vending machine might be in the process of falling over, but that doesn't bother Grandma, because you know what is in the vending machine? Tacos. Tacos are in the vending machine. Grandma just wanted to get her grub on, so she can have a taco in each hand. That is well worth it, being under the hospital, which is currently collapsing because of Baldi. Heck, and it's not even Taco Tuesday. Alright, so we can scoot through here. You can see that I've finally filled up this spot. So this connects the city finally. So you've got like a little park area here. There's not many people in the park today, unfortunately, because of all the chaos going around. But yeah, there's like some playground stuff in here. I finished up the Freedom Tower area. That's going to be there. And then, of course, you got the Baldi area. Let's zoom out real quick. Alright, so let's go ahead and go through what we did here in this episode. Now, question is, why is Baldi here now? I mean, we kind of thought Oblivious Grandma was Granny, or she got turned into it. But I'm assuming, and I'm going to say there's some sort of school on the other side, and he's going after all the kids that failed class. I think he actually turned out pretty good. There's a couple things I would have liked to have changed, but I think for the shapes that we were provided, I think he came out pretty scary looking. So, of course, we've been through all this street. We just went over the city park over there. Over here, I did add some buildings finally. This guy looks a little shocked, but this guy looks pretty jazzed that Baldi's here. Maybe he didn't like school or something. So I did add some vehicles and stuff up this street finally. So I think we can pretty much say that this is done. So let's go ahead and zoom out again. There we go. Oh, man. That's scary looking. What if we were over here? What would it look like if Baldi was coming? Oh, dude. That's creepy. And, of course, you got the tidal wave coming, too, so... yeah, you're not going to make it out of the city. Alright, so, we've got that. I need to figure out the bridge situation. I kind of wanted to lead to another land. Maybe it'll skip by the prison, and there'll be like an island or another... I don't know, this could be a... I guess this could be somewhat of a river going through here. I'm not really sure. So let me know what you guys think about the bridge. Also, we are going to finally close off this over here. So since we have most of downtown done, we'll do a grassy area back here. And we'll have like farms, neighborhoods, and all the other stuff that we're going to move on to. But I really just wanted to wrap up this downtown area. So we're going to do a quick tour of downtown. Of course, you got the tidal wave coming through. Baldi's the new disaster. You got the sinkhole / earthquake here. We can go over here. Of course, we had the legendary tidal wave, which is coming into town. Or tsunami, whatever you want to call it. You had the boardwalk over here. The boardwalk was actually an early episode. So you've got that. You've got the first episode, which was the ship sinking right here, and the bridge. Come up through here. You can see the big tornado that's taking out parts of the town here. It's wiping out a whole section. Of course, we went over Granny, so she was a couple episodes ago. You got the zombie apocalypse in here, this was like one of my favorite things to do. This was right after the update. You got that going on. You got the train explosion with the nuke over here. We can go over here. Here's the NASA Center. And then you have the space station crash way up there. Cruise through here. This is the train crash and the train station. We started the neighborhood. I still need to fill out this area over here. But I don't think there's going to be any more disasters right in there. Then you had the airport, which had several plane crashes. We can cruise up through here. And this takes us over to City Hall. And, of course, you got Daub and Bob going at it from Brick Rigs. And then here's the City Hall. And there I am. Mr. Mayor there. I'm a little panicked. But anyways, I think it's going to wrap it up for this episode. But I want to thank you guys for all the love and support on Tiny Town. Be sure to comment below with suggestions for future episodes. Thank you guys for watching, and we will see you guys next time.